Okay. I mean, I've done a bunch of people I wasn't originally planning on doing anyway. There's no excuse not to schnoot. This is going to be one of the really long ones, isn't it? But we have to stay true to our snoofy selves and help the Bab get objective points.
Roger Jr., a transgenic military kangaroo. Kazuya and Mishima
Military
Zaibatsu
kangaroo.
created the first military
You know.
animal, Roger.
We're not fond.
Roger lived in peace.
We're not fond of what they're doing to snoofs. Taking the man away.
One day, leaving behind
He's got a necktie on now to indicate that he's a father. Oh.
Roger Jr. enters the King of Iron Fist
Activate
Tournament 5
family
to save his
snoof.
daddy. Tucked in
Combat.
Mama's pouch, he gets ready for a fight.
Scoop. Scoop me up. I'm gonna do a murder.
Get ready
I'm
for
going
the
to
next
do
battle.
around 9 murders that we see on screen. Snoof. You will fall before our dual snoof technique. I don't care how high your feet can go. Mine can go higher, look. Whee! You see, look how high up they were then! Right. Heck you away, right? Kicks. I've got powerful legs that you can't complete without me. No. Only when we go this fast.
You win.
Can you put my nose right? He's going.
He's going, he's like, yeah, biff. I'm gonna do a big crime.
Oh. You can't defeat me. Haha, kickies. Nope. There's no getting away from me. You've got to watch out for that. Do not underestimate 2 kangaroos at once.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Get ready
I'm
for the
slightly
next
off
battle.
balance. But I can still defeat you.
Let's go.
Does
Round
not
one.
matter where you are.
Fight.
Does not matter near or far. Well. I tried to defeat you with my arse, but it didn't work out that way.
Oh, gold. Oh dear. No, you don't.
Well, you did. This is a shame.
Round 2.
This is a shame before my knowledge. Whew. Aha.
No.
What do you think the timeline will say to Pete Piranha? Not Petey Piranha, they're 2 different people.
Okay.
This one's an actual piranha. He's a bit annoyed about that. Bit annoyed. Really. And now you'll be a bit annoyed because you've been defeated in combat. A truly was made of elastic. All the way around you've gone.
Final round.
All the way round you've gone about my feet. Don't think I can take defeat. Don't get away from me. You're wiggling all round sorts of ways. But do you not think sooner or later you're going to have to face my grasp? My grasp? You meant the grasp when I say my grasp. That's your snoof cue. They're like, no, I'll cue the snoofs when I want. Rip. Well, you're gonna have to cue the snoofs when I say now. Because this is what happens. This is what happens. We tried automatic snoof cues. They didn't work.
Round 1.
So you've got to put your faith in me and take the guns away. Go! Yes. Finally, it's really got my hopes up that that was going to work. Come on, I know you've got... Here we are. Plonk you. Plonk you, we can manage.
Oh, Kiki.
Kicky feet, kicky feet, kicky feet. Biff. Well, in fairness, I probably should have waited for you to stand. Oof! Yes. That move is simply called Kangaroo Attack. It contains the essence of what it means to kangaroo, and you use it to destroy. A kangaroo used for violence, but of course is this not essentially how we got in this mess? Maybe
If we only let the sleuths be.
such hardship would not have befallen us. Behold now the wrath. Well, I did it twice. I did my bat ways.
Boy.
I've had enough of being stood up now. Let's go on the floor, boy. Okay, in slow motion it did at least look a bit more like an attack. I can see why that would have hurt someone now.
Get ready for the next battle.
There we are. Holding hands. We're having a respectful battle.
Fight.
A kangaroo is the only thing Kazuya respects in this world. You know what? Fair. Fair. I feel a little closer to him now. Go away. Come again when you want to, if not before. Away. Come again when you've taken all these purple objects off the floor. Come again. And I will execute my strongest... No, it's not executing the strongest. Yes! You're doing it! The final move! It's very good that a kangaroo can do this. Ooh. Then why? Yes. Now that I've gotten that to land, I can't be bested. I have defied possibility not being able to do that without an analog stick. Or being able to do it without an analog stick, rather. I mean, what did you just see? You know what I meant.
Get ready for
You filled in the blanks based on what you... Ooh! Perhaps a wooden snoot shall be your equal. Mom, I'm literally made of wood. Well, how did you understand me then? If that's going to be a barrier. I made a series of adorable wood noises. Do you not realise I'm a boxer? He's imitating a boxer. Because it's a boxing match now. None of this mixing of martial arts. That leads to Conor McGregor. Alright, and we can't afford for there to be two of him. Did you not have to fight enough vampires when the last one showed up? The Belmonts will thank you the fuck off. Right. Come on, you're a wooden training for... Are you done? Are you done? How many legs do you need?
You lose.
You millipede fuck.
Continue.
Ooh. Look at this.
Fight.
Well, now maybe I'll look at you. No, what was that? You just sort of... Oh, you swoofed. Oh yeah, he can do that. That's a rising kick with the X button. I never did it. I never did that. Well, to be fair, that's that sort of one you do when something puts you in the position. Is not a thing that
You lose.
going out of your way to do, really.
Round two.
I mean, I don't understand the intricacies at all. What am I talking about? It's useless to debate because it didn't happen now. Will you... One is all I need.
You lose.
Maybe I would have benefited from having two. Cube? No, wait, it's... There we go. Of course, the punch doesn't hit when you're in the air like that, so what? Quite what the purpose is, we're on... Oh, low things. Boing! Low things do boing. It's the only way they can go up, really. Sometimes it's fine to be low, but you find yourself not being able to reach high shelves. Okay? It's not about principle, it's about pragmatism. Calculating new punch maneuvers. Perhaps this will work on a kangaroo tonight. Perhaps I'll do some combat on a kangaroo tonight. No! Leave my snoot alone. You've got to let me get on with my day.
You lose.
If you don't, you'll be made of clay, and that'll take away all your wood noises, won't it? How does clay talk, What is the sound of clay having a conversation? Can't answer, can you? You can't begin to comprehend. And as such, you'll never be able to find it in time. You'll never be able to find it in crime. Haha! The crime archives will not hold any answers for you. And that's where you get all your information, isn't it? Yes, I know your secret. You're in the crime library every night. Looking up phone numbers.
Oh. Yeah, I'm wiggling. You listen. You listen very carefully.
Did you not see my son be the exorcist? Or I guess the opposite of the exorcist, because that's not the... Roger Jr. has not spoken to you.
Ready for the next battle.
There's
Round
some
one.
sexist undertones that I'm now thinking about. Of how this has been framed. But you know what? You know what? Snoof. Or by some weird coincidence is the mother's full name Roger Jr. Is Junior the kangaroo's maiden name? That's something to think about. You know, it's strange to us. Maybe it's not to a kangaroo.
You lose. Round
What does a kangaroo find unusual? Can any of us truly claim to know? Or is it pointless wondering? Oh, by foisting our values on a kangaroo? Again, really, is that not how we got into this position? We made a kangaroo join the military. Because that's what we think is normal for kangaroos to do, and it backfired horribly. Because now we've created a vengeful mother and son tournament team
Round one.
that's gonna punch Paul... What's his last name? Phoenix. My brain just ran through a list of bird names and finally landed on the one on there that was a fictional bird. That's how you remember, you see. Which bird name do you remember? Right, those are all real. That's wrong, isn't it?
You lose.
It's the odd one out Paul finding principle. And it's never steered me wrong before. And it will never in the future. I have absolute faith. But what I've not got is any fighting ability right now.
Mate,
Reach out and poke a spaceship. Go away. Get your drinks. Your drinks are over there, so ignore me now today. Thank you for showing me your leggy. You've got a long leggy. I stretch out really far. Ooh, I've got to find ways to get to the Muesli Museum. Alright, the usual route's blocked. And this has awoken me to the possibility of any subsequent route I find getting blocked as well, so I need to know. I need every contingency covered. Oh! No! No, here's my shoes! Memorial! Oh! I was gonna punch you into a memorial. And then you would be remembered. Do you not see this? This is your path to fame. Alright? Do you not this is 100% reason to remember someone's name, do you not see? 10% luck, 20% being punched into monuments. He knows always what is to be done. Anything I want to do, he says fuck. Haha, you fool. It's for when you block things like that I go. In my marine biology lecture, I met a man called Clampst. Ooh. Now Clampst was the best one! And he had a certificate to prove it.
Fight.
He waved this certificate around for many years, effectively pulling rank on all about him. But one day, big sproing. One day, big sproing. And he realised that, ha-ha, plonk him down! And then he just keeled over and died of shock. There's not really a moral to that story. I guess if anything, it proves that even the best will become dead eventually. Become dead was a strange way of putting it. But you know what? Being dead is a strange way of being the best one waving around a certificate. So I guess we have to prepare ourselves for odd things to happen, don't we? Oh, I prepared myself for the low attack that time, but I've missed everything else! Aye! I mean, if nothing else, I guess I've got all of the distractions I wanted to commit out the way now. Leave, I'm committing distractions! I plonked him though. Look at this. This is what they based the game Kaplunk on, that visual of a kangaroo.
He went flap.
Round 2. Fight.
I've hurt you this much. Go home and cut a loaf of bread into little segments like you usually do. Come on. Somebody's got to.
If you're not around to do it.
Oh well. I think I may have heard the console pack it in just then. Let's see who's
Dick, we have to puncture.
Yep. There's the surefire sign that it's gone off. It's been a surprisingly long time since I've had to deal with that. Cleaning the disc seems to have done wonders. Yes, you see, I've got a move I can do while in retreat. It's called the boing, and I use my feet. I turn around in a fun direction every time. And nothing can stop a penguin from being wrong.
Round 2.
Penguins are free to make their own mistakes. That's something you've never understood. Trying to control a penguin's life will only lead to sorrow. Ugh. Oh yes. Perhaps if you'd learned that lesson sooner, all the penguin militia wouldn't have mobilised against you for your continual attempts to correct every penguin in the world. You made a powerful enemy. Use everything you have to take revenge. You're always slightly out of reach of my... I need you to be... Alright. The champion of Rice. Rice needs a representative to fight for it. Sometimes, okay? Rice can fend for itself usually. But there comes a time in every grain's life where you've got to rely on Paul Phoenix specifically. So step up to the plate, some literal plate of rice, and do your good kicks there instead. Yes. It finally works. For some reason, in my brain is the idea that the spinny kick and the wind-up punch
Round 2.
work in concert. And that has finally borne out, really.
Oh, no, go away.
Go away. I've finally found an owl worthy of counting. Alright. They don't always bother. Because they know their own worth. And it doesn't extend to numbers. The weird thing is they can do more complex mathematics. They just can't... They can't count up. Alright? They can manage long division. They can manage algebra. But, and here's the thing, they can't manage algebra with addition involved.
Continue.
It's a weird limitation for them to have.
Ready for the next battle.
But they make do, don't they? They get by.
Round 1.
And then you came along, seeing all the minus signs, and thinking, this does not look enough like the symbol of our Lord and Saviour, Jesus Christ. And you draw a vertical line through all the minus symbols.
Round 2.
And now none of the owls can solve the equations anymore. And more to the point, right? It's no longer the correct equation. So not only have you taken away their ability to comprehend what the fuck's going on, but also it would be meaningless if they did. You, right, and your bloody colonialism has ruined the maths test. For all these birds. And if that doesn't make you ashamed, you're beyond saving. Fear not! I've got an art gallery under my head. Yes, it's in the neck. The art gallery of my neck is superior to yours.
You win.
You'll never find the way out. It's inescapable.
Next battle.
Much like art itself, you can't get away from it.
Fight.
Not if you beg. Not if you put on a false arm over your real one to make it look like your arm is slightly different to how it is. You can't fool me about arms, okay? That's the gift I've been granted by the Lords of Lords. Alright? Some believe them to be the ultimate lords. I don't know that that's true necessarily. I think just somebody had to preside over everything. And they don't necessarily make all the other lordly decisions. They are perhaps just mediators. Where does their power reach? Nobody thinks to ask. Nobody questions it. But they should.
Final round.
It's time we got this cleared up. Which lords do what? And you can find out the answer on my new game show of the same name. Yes. I want everybody to know what the agenda is, and so I just named it very, very simply and honestly.
You win.
An honest game show is all we have in the end sometimes. I'm going to punch you. Do we say anything? No, we don't. There's no need to exchange words with this man. Words are meaningless between a snoof and a sumo. Oh, no, I don't need to go over here. Don't shove. Oh, every kind of shove he's got in the book. He's going, haha. I know how to move things. You need to be afraid. Oh, I'm a bit afraid.
You lose.
And I need to be, so that works out. Mind you, I suppose I've only got your word for that, don't I? And you would want me to be afraid. Right now, are you clouding my judgment? Is what I ask all the evil characters who are trying to tempt me into doing things. Really, it solves it surprisingly quickly. You look at them and you go, "Are you clouding my judgment?" And then they all just sort of shrug and they're like, "Ah, you got me."
Get ready for the
You'd
next
think they'd
battle.
lie, but no, they're weirdly honest about it. Surprisingly forthright. Here I am trying to force open the bucket of brine and I don't even know what my own body's doing. I feel like a stranger in a bag of revels. Normally you can identify which flavour of revel it is by the size and shape of them. But when you're a stranger, revels are different. Such be the teachings of Ed Furlong. Do you know Ed Furlong released an album in Japan containing a cover of People Are Strange When You're a Stranger? Please do look it up. I'm not lying. I wouldn't lie to you about something this important and devastating. I think that's the console. There's a whoosh! There's a whoosh I couldn't account for. And now it's whooshing even still to this day. Some can still hear its whoosh echoing throughout the forest. It goes, ooh, I'm a ghost. But it's not, it's a whoosh. There's a different thing. It's trying to trick you. This is the whoosh ghost scam again. It's really popular these days. Get him once more. No, I wanted to do the... I suppose... There's a risk inherent, isn't there? Oh, you're just doing it again! Surely this time. This time I'll catch you! I'll catch you in the act of sniffing a plum. I just needed to know what one smells like. You don't think of plums as having a scent, necessarily, but you know their taste. Taste and scent are very closely linked. If I can so vividly remember the taste of a plum, then surely... Have I just not really noticed or thought about plum smells, Am I taking the scent of a plum for granted? The worst sin described in the Bible. Could it be? Now it is. Now it is that I've kicked you in the face. Get away. Haha. You did not get away. If you had taken my advice, you wouldn't have to sit in a crowded bus with your legs over your head and your arms in your arse. This is the yoga of punishment. Yoga's designed to heal body and spirit. This is its polar opposite. A forbidden technique. Oh, forbidden yoga. Would you go to a class that advertised itself as forbidden yoga? Like, curiosity would get someone, wouldn't it? Like, there'd be a handful of people in that room. People eat sausage when they're unwanted. Streets will look beefly when they're gone. Beefly. Let's discuss this adjective. Resembling beef? Of or pertaining to beef. Oh, what is the scope of beef pertinence in this day and age? Let's consider this. Let's consider this like adults without attacking a kangaroo. You don't have to attack a kangaroo to find answers to every question. I'm trying to get done what you couldn't. It's not impossible, you just didn't remove the... You fell down! I mean, it confused the enemy. I can't stand here and tell you it doesn't work when it does, because it did, and we all saw. You know? At the very least, it wouldn't convince many people. The jig would be up pretty quickly. Or as you punched him in the back of the head. Little Babbo was punching him in the back of the head while we were doing the hold on him, weren't we? There you go, that's our combination attack. I think there should be an attack that utilises the little. Like, you were in a unique position here where you could make a little man punch you in the nose. I don't think we should be passing up opportunities for Little Biff. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that's particularly controversial. Okay. There's a little bridge over there or something. Oh, sorry, I should really be paying attention to the man who's been kicking me ass. Oh, but maybe the answer lies on the bridge. Maybe there's a giant truck driving across it and I can pick it up and throw it at him and he'll get shocked and fall down. You never know, do you? You never know what's going to turn the tide in a fight to the death in a field in the way. What the hell are you doing? Sir, that's not plausible. You have to be giant to survive that. And you're not. How are you still standing? You're a man of regular height. Get him! Oh, it didn't. Oh, but it might. I will have your toes, and I will see your nose, and no one will wonder how you sniff anymore. The question will be put to bed. It's that orifice upon your head. Yes, he was a fool. He was a fool. He crouched. He spent too long crouching, not enough time retreating. That was his first and last mistake. Or he didn't get a chance to make any more. Ooh, don't put your legs up where you don't want them to be. All right. If you don't want them there, there's no reason to put them there, is there? You can just not. You have control over where your legs end up. All right. I know the government doesn't want you to know that. Yes, I can do that as well now. I've learnt the truth after my first battle with Dr. Otto Octavius. He said to me, "You can do that, you know." And I went, "Oh yeah." Whoa! I can absolute go in a lot of cases, and it's better than you. Oh, you went up and over, but it wasn't enough. Oh, that was. This might be. Hey. Yes. No. Then. Aha. Yes, the teardrops. Oh no, that was a stance. It wasn't itself a move. Get him. Yes. Oh, the fears went boing. And I suddenly forgot my purpose. Snoot.
Get ready for the next battle.
Now an ordinary devil. It's time for kangaroos to fight in the cathedral. The unspecified cathedral. Ooh. Let it go. Let it go. Oh God. There's no escape for you. From the snoot wrath.
Oh, he's going!
He's going absolutely.
He can't be reasoned with today. He's on a mission. He's on his snoofus mission.
And nothing shall assuage him from the goal.
No. Do not attempt.
Do not attempt to stop me. I'm going on the... come on. Get where he is. Oh God. Oh. Sometimes an ordinary punch to the shins is all you really need. That was more the thigh, but you know what? Same fucking difference at this point. We got him either way. Oh Christ. Oh no. Well, let's have it then.
Snooch. There's a snoofy nemesis behind me.
Do you think he's like, have I really got to deliver this speech to a kangaroo? Or does he respect nature enough? I mean, he's trying to destroy everything, but at the same time, he like wants to be stopped. So it's difficult to know how much he'd respect a kangaroo. This is something I always consider when sort of analysing a villain in media. How much respect would they give the first kangaroo that wandered into their path? Alright. Doesn't matter if the kangaroo in question can fight. Oh! You know what? It doesn't matter if a kangaroo can fight. Be nice to kangaroos, okay? Shouldn't be some weird combat-based meritocracy for your kangaroo respect. Okay? And I'm sure you agree. I'm sure you agree and had no questions whatsoever about anything that I just said. No! You can stop! No!
Oh, the second one!
The mythical second flame. I'm going to eat a little.
He did a sneeze! He did a little sneeze. He went, achoo.
Oh no!
Sneezy boy.
No wonder this has been so difficult. This hay fever season for
Snoofuses!
Deal him a harsh blow.
Oh!
If a daffodil felt that, he'd be ashamed. I didn't mean daffodil. I was thinking of a completely different plant, but it doesn't really matter in the context of what I said because there's no real context. So I suppose we shouldn't worry about what a daffodil may or may not look like, should we? At the end of the day. What did your daffodils change? Eh, nothing of any consequence, again. You keep bringing daffodils and telling us it'll solve problems. It has yet to come true. Where does this unwavering belief of yours come from? Certainly not evidence. What are you... Do you know it's not going to work? Is this some sort of long-running daffodil scam? Of yours? Well, you're gonna have to peddle your daffodils somewhere else now.
Because I'm not falling for it again!
1, 2, 38.
Put those numbers on a plate.
It's time for your numerical dinner. It's a show designed to
Teach children maths.
you know those like videos that your teachers would put on when they couldn't be fucking bothered, like they were hungover or something, and so they're just like, watch this instead. And then you'd watch fucking El Nombre, right? There was this one, and I remember nothing about it except the song went, "The only way of getting out is mathematically," and that's all I recall. And he went round a supermarket trying to arrest triangles at one point. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to find something with only that information?
You lose.
I may never find it again. As it stands, I cannot prove that this thing exists. Do you remember The Raven? It was a CBBC show, it was like a physical challenge game show on CBBC. And he'd go the way of the warrior. And sure enough, it was.
Round 2.
You know, he never once lied about which of the challenges they were on. And that's what you want in a host, really, isn't it? Because can you imagine how confusing it would have been? The show would have been impenetrable. Much like the armour of Grimblebim. But the armour of Grimblebim cannot have any similarities with game shows whatsoever. Lest it lose its powers.
You lose.
And so as not to compromise it,
Fight.
he went the way of the warrior. Only when it was time for the way of the warrior. I wanted to grab him from behind.
I wanted to ninja you in a unique way.
You know, you'd get gold rings in that show for doing the challenges, and not once did Sonic the Hedgehog enter. I guess they kept him out because he had too much experience. He would have swept every challenge.
You lose.
Which incidentally is also why they kept the ultimate maid away from the competition as well. But from sort of a different angle, some of the challenges were predicated on the presence of dust. It would have broken the game entirely.
You lose.
Which challenges? They wouldn't specify.
Get ready for the next battle.
Just knowing the secret dust fact, figuring it out, in the moment,
Round 1.
is part of the appeal of the show. How does dust relate to this? If they gave it away, there would be no point to the show anymore, really. You'd ruin the whole thing if you explained why you're not allowed to sweep all of the sets. Yes. Some things are better left unsaid, young man. Young man who asked me one day, all those years ago.
You win. Round 2.
Don't know why I'm only just getting around to explaining myself to you now. I say you don't know, you say go to sleep. I say I'd rather not. So that's that really. I won't sleep. Just 'cause you told me to. I'm driving. You're in the car, you'll die too. What you it's a retelling of that old scorpion fable. Oh yes. Ooh, who's news now, eh? Who's the page 1 headline? In this collection of raisins. What raisins in the public interest? Alright, fair enough. Well, think of it like this, the media's owned. Alright, by people who want you to focus on certain things and want to draw your focus away from certain other things. So, who benefits from you knowing about these raisins? Who benefits from a raisin discourse? Syrup cannon! Lose interest! There's not a word in the dictionary that can match my psychic powers. Oh yes. Try having ineffable. Levitate a spoon in the air. Yes. Some people bend spoons, I'll make them float. There's no question then. We know there are tricks you can do to bend a spoon if you're not actually psychic, alright? You can't make them float that easily though, can you? Not many people have that many magnets.
You lose.
Or very thin bits of string that they've managed to already get dangling from the light fixtures. Oh yes. You don't always have the home field advantage like that, do you? You can't always be that prepared. Well, I didn't fake this spoon. Put me through any battery of tests you want. I will win the day. Because my spoons are true. I've got true spoons. Spoon truth. You know me, I'm the spoon truth doctor. And I can't be told. One of these days I'll make you go, and then one of these days I'll make you go, and then one of these days I'll make you go, and then for the 4th day I'll make you go. You know, it'll get predictable after all. It'll take on something of a water torture effect, I'm sure. But people need structure. It's not, you know, you won't be going the whole day, will you? You've got to find ways to do things other than that in between, obviously. But I'm your go coach. So that's really the extent of my interaction with you, to be honest. I'm here for work purposes, alright? You can not go elsewhere. There's all manner of other people who won't make you go in this world, alright? Fucking bother them! As master of the bacon sandwich, I'll seal you in the tomb forever. You won't be able to bother me from inside a grave. We're pretty sure. We're at least 80% certain. And I'll take those odds at this point. We've hired our best seal tombsman, right? Benjamin Gravesolver. He's very good. We've gone through him before for this kind of work. He's never let us down. If he can't do it, then it's not his fault. It's just the solution's not going to work. So we put our faith in Benjamin. And he shall see us right. And he'll look at us writing as well. So, you know, there's two meanings. And as we all know, when there's two meanings, Benjamin Gravesolver gets a power bonus. So he's unstoppable now. Benjamin is strongest. I thought you were gonna fry another fireball away. And it stopped me from saying, what the thrust were you? You did a... You went. I went!
Continue.
That was him wenting. I don't think that should work from that far away. There has to be some kind of weakness to that move. This is a fighting game, not an election. You can't rig this. thought I saw a spider just running across the back of the field, but I think it was just a flying rock. It'd be strange if they just programmed one spider to be in the background, wouldn't it? What's its purpose? What kind of spider? An orb weaver, perhaps.
Get ready for the next battle.
It's one of the many unanswered mysteries of game design. Oh, yes. Oh, onto something there. Maybe I'll just wait and respond to you, but the thing is, if you attack low at any point, it'll stop working. Because no matter how many times I make the observation that I never block the low attacks, it doesn't change. Because I don't learn, and I'm not full of enough ants yet to solve that. Ants lead to learning, that's why we put them in your school today. You'll see the benefit. You will. You will. You absolutely will. You will. Don't distrust me. I'm not gonna lie about. Oh, I got confused. I got confused by everything. The information got jammed on its way to my brain. It's sad, but there's nothing I can do now. Please. I need this to, okay, there's no blocking that. I forgot. Yes. Haha. Right. Okay, that does whatever it wants. That's fine. Okay, that's fine again. Get in. Take the chance! We like it when it works. We like to see it shoot. Shoof to the heavens. We all sniff the sky again. Time to sand, you silly bastard. Alright. Boskondovich lab. Snoot. Snoofy reconnaissance, boing boing. It's the babbo! Photograph. Snoot. Boing. In we go! Big kick. Oh, for God's sake! He was fine, it turns out. You have brought disgrace upon our snoops. Fuck me. Maybe they didn't have him fight directly because he would have been too strong. A little snoof is the most powerful thing in this universe. It is not to be underestimated, and I hope we've all learned that today. Well, while we're waiting for the larger of the two kangaroos to land, let's go about our daily bread and dance around in a little circle until we're dead. Yeah, see you next time. Goodbye.